Buddy, welcome back to the Scrim Zone cast. Um, this is 101 Thieves versus Fruitcakes. 101 Thieves are having their first series of the season, and Fruitcakes is hoping for their first win of the season. I think they can do it, but 101 Thieves is completely unproven, so they can be really good or not so really good. No, what are you
Complete
thinking here?
question mark. Yeah, I really don't know. I mean, they had some really nice pickups just before the season started in Taxi and Rex, and Taxi is playing today, so excited to see him finally come out of McDonald's retirement.
True.
But I don't know, the
Draft
mid matchup seems really interesting.
Yeah, our highlighted matchup is actually top lane, which I think is super fair. Draco is a very good top laner, and I don't know if Eric can hold up to him. And even just looking at this champion to watch, that's an 8-1 Aatrox win rate. And he has other champions you need to worry about. But a lot of these players have things you need to look out for. I'd honestly say it's justifiable banning all 5 of these champions that we're seeing over there for 101 Thieves. Whereas I
Yep,
feel like
definitely.
banning against Fruitcakes is a little more linear. I don't think we're going to see anything too surprising coming out over there, but Taxi and Jar are featured players, but Taxi, huge win rate over 123 games, really, respectable there. And then Mason, even better win rate over basically double the games. So you really can't knock either of these players. You got powerhouses on either side, but draft didn't start, so it doesn't matter. But back to champs to watch. Who do you think is going to get taken off the board for both teams?
I'll be surprised if we don't see an Udyr Hecarim ban against Mason. And maybe an Akali or Katarina ban against Kai. I don't know how much 101 Thieves is familiar with a lot of Fruitcake's players just because they haven't had much of an overlap. But draft has started, so we'll see if
Um,
that's the case.
this looks wrong.
Yes, you put Fruitcakes on red, and 101 Thieves is
I
on
mean,
red.
shouldn't be up to me to do. But yeah.
Also true. Meanwhile, we see Twitch Pike bans against the bot lane. Makes sense. They are both kind of one tricks. We also do see the Udyr Hecarim bans as we predicted. Dean is so fast on the draw with these asset generations.
Yeah, I kept it pulled up. I figured something would be fucked up. Double bans against Mason makes sense. I feel like we're probably going to see something thrown against Kai here. Or if there's something that's really irritating for Eric, they're just going to, or that Eric might play, they can ban it. But banning Yone against Drago makes a lot of sense. It's probably his most comfortable top lane champion. He just has more Aatrox games. But leaving the Aatrox on the table is pretty brutal. And now you're giving Shyvana and Zoe over, both of which are in a decent spot right now, I believe. Nothing crazy where I think they're trolling for not banning it, but just allows them to kind of double lock those picks.
Yeah, Shyvana's
But
definitely a really solid pick right now. Senna is being banned away, which is interesting. I
yeah, I
guess
mean,
they don't want Mason repeating his performance.
I think that's just going to be the red side ban for a while now. I think that champion is absolutely disgusting right now, and even if people don't really play, you might not want him to pick it, and they might have learned their lesson and not had Mason play it. But Nautilus is coming through. I'd honestly expect this to be for Eric, and maybe we'll see. But I mean, it's so hard to tell.
Yeah,
But
I don't know. I don't.
it's just a
I
very
can't
Eric champion.
remember Eden playing Nautilus, but he does insist that he plays engaged champs, just doesn't pull them out as much. So we'll see.
Maybe this is the proof. Are we in the pudding right now? Who knows? But Zeri locked in for Will. But I mean, it could be for Taxi too. But Will is very good on these hyper carry style champions, and Psycho is used to playing with them because Evan tends to play a lot of them too. So we'll kind of have to see what gets locked in here. Tarek picked up early for Psycho Carrot. I like to see it. Pretty good synergy with Zeri because she's so mobile. And good counter into Nautilus, and it looks like Zaya is just going to get picked up for Kathy here. Huge comfort coming out for at least two of the 4 picks so far.
Yeah, it makes a ton of sense. And I would prefer to see them on comfort and in their main roles rather than what we saw from them last series.
Yeah, for sure. Rakan's actually picked up here, so
It's
Nautilus
Nautilus top.
is or jungle.
That's also true, but I feel like you want Mason on something that can deal out a little bit more damage.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like Rakan does significantly better into Taric than Nautilus does. You're at least able to charm him up, but if he's able to just buffer everything out, it's pretty tough. But you do have the Hehe Zyre Rakan synergy, and I know you've actually seen AP Rakan mid in the past. I really doubt that that's happening here, but just want to cover
I
my
would
bases.
do that for the record. He's a AP Janna Rakan Nami mid enjoyer.
Yeah, this is probably Zyra jungle, um, for Jonah, I would imagine. He does like his AP junglers. Shyvana not coming out here, but Taxi could play at mid lane too. It's really hard to know with these, and obviously Taric top, Taric jungle exist. Unlikely, but always a possibility. I want to see either like Katarina Kali band out here or some jungle bands. It looks like Katarina is going to be the pick. And then for the other side, I'd probably just want to ban out top laners, which should be Pantheon and Aatrox.
Yeah, hopefully they have done their homework here. Suppose you could ban Zoe, although you'd expect mid to pick before top for 101 Thieves here.
Yeah, I mean, there's also a chance that it's Zyra mid, and then you waste a
Yeah,
ban.
that's also true.
Lux is banned instead, which is, I guess, fair. There's a lot more counters to Akali than there are for Lux that actually do anything. Aurora's being hovered to be banned here. That's super fair too. That does leave
Yeah,
Zoe
Taxi
out,
has
but
been one-tricking Aurora recently.
yeah, I feel like there are some things you can pick here, but I'm just gonna let 101 Thieves pick. I might say that you can pick top, but if they flex the Nautilus out of top lane, then maybe you're in a rough. I don't know. It's just hard to know because something's flexing for fruitcakes. It's just hard to know what. And the Aatrox is coming through, so they're letting Taxi hold last pick, which I really like. Or they're keeping the Zyra flex alive, which might be fake, but I do want to assume that it's not.
Gotta explore all the possibilities here.
Yeah. I mean, I would imagine Nautilus does horribly into Aatrox, and this is the ego pick from Mason. He just wants to beat Jonah on his own champion. I'm sure there's not much other thought going into it, but yeah, I
I like the
respect
pick
it.
though.
Yeah.
Like you have a really cohesive all-in identity here. I guess Zaya is kind of not fitting with that, but everything else, like really strong team fight, and Zaya at least has self-heal for her if her front line leaves her alone.
Yeah, I mean, you can also just play like Nautilus and Rakana's Peel and have Shyvana and Zaya just poke from long range, and that kind of fits with this Ari pick. But I think that it doesn't necessarily mean that Nautilus is top. You can still flex it, but we're pretty sure it's going to be Shyvana in the jungle here. But Ari counters should be pretty bread and butter for Taxi. I think he should be able to come up with something. Um, might even get to see the Zoe, but I don't know how that matchup works.
Yeah, I'm not super familiar with Zoe matchups. Mason on anything not
Hell
named
yes.
weird.
Okay, that's fun. We're seeing the LeBlanc. Yeah, I fuck with this.
Yeah, these are fun comps for both sides.
Yeah, I feel like top lane is going to be a huge issue for fruitcakes here. I don't know
Absolutely.
if they picked Nautilus planning on it being a top laner the whole time because I just don't know. I'm not a huge
That
fan of it.
seems like something Eric would do. Maybe his reasoning is even if he drops CS, it doesn't matter. He's gonna have the CC.
Yeah, that's true. If he plays safe enough and doesn't like chain die, I think it's not a terrible pick. I just feel like Aatrox is not going to struggle much into a Nautilus.
You could just decide to give up on top lane and perma roam Nautilus with Shyvana looking for invades, which is definitely something Mason would do.
That's true. Looking into the champ highlights, overall records for these champions, nothing's really sticking out except Shyvana being pretty damn successful. Zyra has not been played much in the server at all. I feel like a lot of those were back in the D days, but um, you know, I don't know. But looking at champ matchups, we've only seen one of these before, and it has been Zaya versus Zeri, which has historically benefited the Zaya, which I guess makes sense. Um, but nothing else has been played before. Ari and LeBlanc, I feel like, is something that we would have seen before, but I guess just hasn't happened. But the rest of these, I'm not surprised that we're not seeing it. Tarek, while a good support, isn't super popular. But are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Referring to which part?
Mason being 0-2 on Shyvana.
Oh, I mean, we already knew going into it that it was 100% ego.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, I mean, then you give Drago his 8-1 pick. Taxi and Will have struggled a little bit on these champions before, but Psycho Carrot is super comfortable on the Tarek. And if I trust anyone to first time Zyra Jungle, it is going to be Jonah. So I don't
Is
know.
it fair to say that Shyvana is like Udyr light?
Kinda.
You can perma farm, show up to a fight, press a couple buttons, blow up someone, and run away. Like
That's fair, actually.
it's grossly oversimplifying everything, but I do feel like Shyvana is a champ I would picture Mason being comfortable on. So it's surprising seeing him on the 0-2 record.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's just squishier, and he does better with tanks. Would have to be my guess. And you do have to play around range a little bit if you're going like the more AP build. I would expect him not to, and just kind of go frontliney with the Nautilus. But if they just want to have extra damage with Mason, I don't think it's a bad thing either. But I mean, Shyvana is undefeated this season, and Zyra and Tarek are unwinning this season. But I mean, super small sample size, so I don't think we can really conclude anything out of this. But this is crazy, actually. Um, Mason versus Jonah all time. This might be one of the higher frequency of matchups that we've seen, where they have played each other 17 times, and
It's a
Mason
lot.
up 12-5 on it. But Will has historically clapped Kathy in the ADC role, so maybe it'll balance out. And not
Kathy
surprising
has
that
had
none of
the
these other
slight
players have pushed
ADA
each other up.
advantage, though, even in the significantly losing matchup.
Yeah, Will is a
A
starving
death
individual
enjoyer.
in terms of deaths. It's not surprising to see him be at a KDA deficit. Um,
That's true.
because just the way he plays super aggressively, and I feel like Kathy plays way more back, especially with how often she picks the Zaya. I kind of do want to look at their head-to-head matchups for both of these players. So let me see if I can just pull that up while we have the time.
I'm gonna make a Gamba, don't worry, PB.
Okay. See if I can't pull this up. Yes. Okay. So Kathy and Will. Kathy is overall 14-29. So actually, her win loss against Will is basically just her normal win loss. The ratio is the same, but she does perform a bit better into Will. Has played um, her top 5 champions minus Caitlyn into Will. So not much variety there. But Will's pulled out the Smolder and Yasuo into her specifically, and does have a much better matchup into Kathy than he does overall. Historically struggling a lot in the KDA department, but does a lot better into Kathy, which could be something to look out for. And Zeri is his most played into Kathy, so we're seeing more of that matchup. They're actually both playing their most played against each other in this matchup, so it's a bit interesting for sure. But looking at the other featured matchup, did I get invited to another custom game? Okay. It is Mason versus Jonah. Jonah's basically dead even in terms of win rate. Mason has been killing it in terms of win rate. Um, but yeah, into each other. It's normally been that Udyr and Shyvana, but now Shyvana being taken over to the other side and Jonah playing something new that we haven't seen from him yet. Um, but Mason seems to get better when he plays against Jonah, and Jonah seems to get worse when he plays against Mason. So uh, I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. I do think the other lanes are going to have a huge factor here. I feel like maybe this is my own personal bias, but I feel like Drago into Eric, Taxi into Kai, and Psycho Care into Eden are probably all favored matchups for the side of 101 Thieves. So even though they struggle a little bit in these matchups that we already know, I think the unknown is going to be what can really help them this series.
Sounds like we are in spectate waiting room.
Yep. I might have to get in on the Gamba. I see there's
Go ahead.
actually
I
stuff on
will
both sides.
I will refrain gamba-ing so that I can confirm the gamba.
I mean, I'm not gonna not confirm it just because I bet on it. So,
No. You literally cannot, as a moderator, vote and then confirm it
oh, I mean, I can confirm it because I'm
because
doing
you
it
are a
on my
streamer.
account, not your
Yeah,
account. The problem is I don't know who's gonna win. So,
that is the question, isn't it? So who do you think has the upper hand here in terms of matchups?
I mean, I think in terms of team comps, like Fruitcakes is a lot more unexciting. Like it's a super safe and solid comp, but 101 Thieves can get a lot going if they get ahead. Basically, any of these champions can snowball like crazy. Zyra and Tarek a bit less so, but if they're able to facilitate these other champions, a Fed LeBlanc Aatrox Area is going to completely wipe your team. I don't think you're going to be able to do much. If Mason has a really good game, I think there's a lot he can get done just by trying to look to one-shot some of these people, but into the Tarek, it is kind of difficult just because of how much healing. It's a really good counter to the poke that they have. If they do choose to play a poke style, kind of with the Xayah, Ahri, Shyvana play from range, so I think they're just going to have to go on and try and burst, but you just don't have that much burst with this team comp. So I think once you really get into it, I think the specific matchup isn't favored for Fruitcakes, but I think their comp overall is a lot easier to execute.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I mean,
I do think
I feel like my eyes are just going to be on the soul lanes. I think that's going to be what makes the difference here.
I'm hearing reports from insider sources that there's already arguing going on in the 101 Thieves camp.
You could have said that about either team, and I would have believed you.
That's true. I can hear Kathy though, and she sounds pretty calm. So
That's good. Also, I feel like with the 101 Thieves team, like they could just argue over like who stole the triple kill, you know? Like I don't even
oh,
think
100%. I don't think it's a big deal. Just trying to stir the pot a little bit.
yeah. But yeah, I mean we'll load into game in about 2 minutes. Don't forget to use your Prime sub on the channel, if applicable. I say as I run ads.
I was
I
gonna
mean,
say run ads right now.
yeah, nothing's gonna happen. So I don't know. I think this is pretty interesting, but I just kind of want to sit back and watch. I feel like with these two teams, I actually just have no clue what's about to happen.
It's so hard to predict given we haven't seen any 101 Thieves yet this season.
Yeah, I mean, all their players are good. Like, there's no one on the team that I look at and I'm not at least a little scared of. So I think that does speak a lot to how good their team can be. I just don't know, uh, you know, how coordinated they are because I'm not sure how much practice has been done. And Fruitcakes has, after this, are going to have the most series played this season, so they should be pretty warm and familiar with how to play. And I am happy that we get to see Kai back. Not someone that we saw in the previous series where they really struggled, but I don't know. What should time him out for?
He said use Prime sub on redacted.
That's fine.
Yeah, but it's also 2 seconds, so it's also fine.
Oh, he deleted all of his chat history.
He knows it's all in good fun.
I just
All
looked over
right.
there. I was like, "What the fuck happened?" We should be loading in right
Oh,
now.
Mythic, don't do it to me. Yeah,
Time Mythic after 30 seconds.
no, it's okay. I like Mythic more than PB still.
Slander.
Yeah, it's
Oh, you're
actually
you're
untrue.
deprived. You don't get to be a genius anymore.
Oh, damn. I just have to earn it back.
Yeah.
We might be looking at an instant pause because I saw Eric complaining in season discussion that Riot Client is bad.
I'm hoping that was because he was loading into game or the whole lobby thing. But he does have grasp. You know, that's good. That's the rune you'd want on the Nautilus Aatrox matchup, I guess. Not
You
that
could also go
I think you want
Comet.
any of it. Comet on Nautilus into Aatrox?
Yeah. It's a thing. You W to absorb his initial Q, you E to proc the Comet, and then you run away.
And how do you know this? Is this a common matchup?
No, I'm a little bit of a degenerate when it comes to top lane champ.
Gotcha. Well,
Yeah.
Caddy showed up and then was able to leave before the whole squad got up to her, but if
Yeah, I
either
feel
team
like
was looking to make an early play, it was definitely going to be 101.
I feel like this invade thing is gonna be a thing we're gonna see from 101 Thieves a lot, just because Carrot's such an invade enjoyer, and I feel like the rest of the team is very down to follow up with
Yeah,
him.
down to go with it.
Surely we're not going to see a leash in the year of our Lord 2024. Okay, thank God they're leaving. Looks like junglers will be clearing opposite each other.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think there's probably not much hope for the top lane in terms of for fruitcakes unless they go for like a quick level 2, level 3 play, which I think definitely is possible. But they're definitely going to put a lot of their focus on Desirecon and try and get them strong. But Psycho Carrot looking for a fight already. A lot of
Nice
damage going
W
down,
by
but
Eden.
Kathy actually did way more.
Yeah, really nice W by Eden hitting both there. They are matching with the skins, so I think that's an automatic 5% damage buff.
True. And Drago able to hit all 3 sweet spots. And now pops Conqueror. And it's just going to be able to
Trade
lock this
was
guy down.
good until he kept hitting him. Actually, it's even.
Yeah, he overstayed just a little bit. The Q cooldown for Aatrox is pretty high at these levels. If Hook's available, he might just troll and go into tower, but I think W was taken for Nautilus.
Yeah, he hasn't leveled up his Q yet. Should get it in the next couple of minions,
Yeah.
but
There we go, he just
yes,
got it.
this lane looks really rough.
Oh, that's not what you want to see.
Ooh. So that's an 0 for 1 on the hook counter so far.
Counting hooks. The glory days. But anyway, Zyra is clearing up towards top, which I feel like is what you want to do, but hopefully for them, this wave is going to bounce so that they can actually have a play. But it looks like that's exactly what Drago's going for. Yeah, he's actually just looking to take a base here. Maybe that's like... he's just baiting Eric to go in? I'm not sure. But bot lane is completely shoved under tower. Charm does hit onto Taxi. Huge trade there. It forces out the LeBlanc passive.
People in the server aren't ready for Kai. That guy is mechanically insane. Nice trade by the Fruitcake's bot lane.
Oh.
Flash forward forces the flash in return. In the mid lane.
Yeah, it was a close one. And Drago's still looking to bait this. I feel like if Eric goes up and looks for something, he is going to pay. Especially with Zyra in the area, but I think there's just crabs on either side, but Drago able to hit the sweet spot. If he flashed there, that was a kill.
Maybe. Nautilus flash hook and response kills Aatrox as well. The
And
Ahri damage
Taxi
is insane.
barely gets out there. Lives on a sliver. But Mason's here. But I think this chase,
so
I feel
is
like Kai's
Latari.
probably just going to die if there's any sort of collapse here. LeBlanc has a lot of mobility, but first blood's picked up by Psycho Carrot on the Taric. Flash was burned by Aatrox on the top side. Nautilus didn't need to do the same thing. So actually benefiting out there. Mason's falling down super low here. Eden not having much, but flashes
Flash
the body
by
block.
Will. And TP in
Will
by
goes
Kai.
over the
This-
wall looking for something, but not going to find anything. And now Drago
game
might
is
finally pick
exactly
up
what
the
I
first
hoped
kill in
for.
the top lane. And no, he mispredicted
No,
where he was
it's
going.
Eric!
And Eric's solo killing on the top side.
Holy top diff. He also has a CS lead, by the way. How did that
I
happen?
mean, I feel like Flash forced out of the Aatrox there on that earlier trade. He kind of just had to base and come back healthy. or just hope that he won that fight because he was forced off the wave for so long because of how low his HP bar was.
He also TP'd in, and Eric is not respecting it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a kill for sure.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep. And Taxi actually just immediately ran bot, and Zeri is staying in the mid lane. I wonder if this is going to last for a bit. The matchups could be better, but Will getting chunked out here by Kai.
I love the Nautilus copy pasta by Mythic in chat. It's amazing.
It's quite funny. This first dragon is going to get started up here. With Shyvana, you do want these, but she's walking up through bot lane. Maybe looking for something, but the assignments here from 101 are really strange. I think it's going to throw fruitcakes off for sure. But Mason's looking at this. They do have a control ward over the wall so that they know it's here. Smite available for both junglers, but they're just looking to zone off. And Taxi trying to find this solo kill onto Kathy. She falls down super low. Both of them are at basically no HP. Eden hops over the wall with the W, tries to hop around with some shields. The dragon's going to fall down super low. Could be anyone's. And it is secured by Jonah. Exhaust coming down onto Psychic Care, and he's going to fall. They were able to secure the dragon, and both people sitting in the bot lane are super low, but Will's able to pick up the snipe onto Eden after the snare from Zyra. But Taxi or Kathy could pick this up as if they get the first move. And really good dodge there. Good instincts. Kathy almost had that one.
This series is everything I was hoping for. Just constant fighting. I love it so much.
Yeah, and Drago is about to get his fucking ass pounded in. There are 3 people walking up here. Ari actually gave up, so he might be able to get out with the ultimate. And that is a bullshit hook. The lollipopping used very well there. Eric knows what he's doing. But now Shyvana is just going to be looking for these grubs, and it looks like Zyra just has to concede it.
Carrot is stepping up a little bit here.
Yeah, they're going in for possible collapse here. Ultimate is available, but the hook comes through. It looks like they're just trying to stall it, and Drago knows he can bait because the Nautilus is not going to have a lot of kill threat onto him unless he gets hooked into tower somehow. But they're able to slow it after only 2 grubs were taken, and it looks like Zyra's going to be able to claim the 3rd.
Mason is desperately farming for this level 6.
Yep.
Needs it super hard to be impactful on ganks.
Yeah, Drago was not able to find the angle he wanted there. Killed a minion instead, but with ult and the Zyra here, he might not even have to ulti. But they're looking to find this kill into the Nautilus. And so much
Eric
damage
can delay
coming
this
through.
long enough. Mason will be there.
Yeah, Mason actually is showing up here. Ult coming through, trying to find the snipe onto Drago, but just not finding it. Ult popped. And they might actually just have this clean play onto Mason. Knockups getting comboed, and boom! That's a 2nd kill going over to 101 Thieves on the top side.
I think it's really strange that Eric is prioritizing the components for Winter's Vow here. I feel like you should just buy a Bramble Vest first back in this matchup.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You appear to be the expert on this, so I'm going to default to you. But Taxi... trading ult for ult, which doesn't really mean much for LeBlanc, but Ari is forced to use it defensively to stay alive under tower. But now she goes in offensively, trying to find it, and Taxi narrowly doesn't get that kill. 1 ability dodge, and that's all it takes. Will going in aggressively, initiated by Psycho Carrot, and the Snary ultimate is getting so much work done. Both supports level 4, actually, so we're only going to see those abilities out, and the tower shot is not going to pick up Taxi. He played super aggressively for that, burned the flash. And I think Eden also used it, but had used it already in that fight. Will able to get a tower plate for that ultimate.
Eden is Rakan, by the way.
I say Kai in the mid lane. Sorry.
Yeah, and that top play for 101 Thieves gave them a significant goal lead.
This could be huge. Ultimate is available here. Mason goes in super aggressively. Will trying to find anything, but that's just going to be a kill onto Tarek, and now Will gets smited and slowed down. But Jonah's here to retaliate. If that snare had hit, that could have been a kill onto Eden. But actually, that's just a kill on the top side. Let's go back and check this one out. Oh, Eclipse purchased, and that is going to do so much damage.
Yeah, it's just rough.
And there's that Q3 flash that you love to see from Aatrox. Very satisfying whenever it happens.
These mid laners have not backed yet, by the way.
Yep.
They've just
Taxi has
in
2
lane.
dashes, and he is just going to use them, but he doesn't get the kill. Good reaction time from Kai there, able to pick
Really
up the
well
solo
played
kill.
by Kai. Yeah, that's, I feel like, a little bit of underestimation on Taxi's part.
Yeah,
Didn't expect Kai to have the reaction time for that.
Yeah, if he throws out any ability in your toast, I feel like maybe you could try and zigzag it a little bit, but he actually in chat is saying he ran out of mana for Q during that, so he probably would have gotten the trade. Looks like he probably would have been able to afford Lost Chapter 2 if he had gotten it. So maybe he was just hoping to go for Lost Chapter there. Eric going in with some damage, but I mean, it just doesn't matter. And Aatrox is going to heal up so much, as you already mentioned. Psychic Carrot going in, though. Eden's stunned up. Will, looking forward, does have the ult available, but isn't going to use it.
It looks like Eric was calling for Mason to path towards him, pinging that ult is available. The play is possible here if Mason can get there on time, but it looks like he's just leaving.
Yep, Jonah tried to stop his back, but didn't do it in time.
Through him.
I feel like with ultimate though, Drago's just going to kill everybody. Eden falling down super low. Will flashes on the exact same time as Eden and not able to find a kill. And now Kathy's ult's forced out. Their Blade Caller doesn't come through. Tarek ulti comes out, but just too late. But now Will has the opportunity to maybe look for something, but no. Really impressive counter kill from Fruitcakes there. They're not the ones initiating, but they came out on top. And huge damage coming down from Taxi. And these other grubs might just be going over. Shyvana's nowhere near there. They're just trading Dragon for grubs, but that 4 grub threshold is going to be hit for 101 Thieves, putting them an advantage. Ult forced out by both top laners, but I mean, you are way happier if you're Drago in this situation. He's able to proxy almost an entire wave. You're just going to get a lot of tower damage. TP is available.
Flash on that exchange. He will just TP in immediately. Gets hit by the Aatrox W, but no continuation on that play. We'll pick up these minions, and Zyra might be looking for the dive here. And no, I think Aatrox is calling it off because Drago has probably a lot of money to spend here.
Yeah, buys full boots there and a longsword. But yeah, I mean, second dragon was traded. Kathy almost in trouble there, but the aim just slightly off. But the grub threshold is hit. 401 Thieves, which I'm not sure if that's the trade you want, but it is nice for Shyvana to have a dragon in her pocket. Actually, there's a hook getting out under tower, gets CC'd for a while, but not going to matter too much. No one's in the area to punish that.
That is how you want to play the matchup, though. You let Aatrox shove you in, and then you just don't let him do anything else in the lane.
Yeah, my guess is that Drago's probably going to try and break tower and then get anywhere else, but if he's able to stall out those last 2 plates for a while, it's honestly not that bad. Next dragon isn't going to be up for another 3.5 minutes. Rift Herald's going to spawn soon, but I don't know how much either team's going to necessarily fight for it. It's a solid objective, but not the most important. Spirit Shojin is completed for Shyvana. Dark Seal also available. Maybe gonna look for a play topside, but just gonna back here. And Jonah's sneaking up. Flash came out from Psycho Carrot there, not able to find anything.
Yeah, and I think Jonah also showed, I mean, he's definitely showing now, but was visible peeping out from that bush earlier, so they do know that he's there and won't take any risks associated with that.
Longclone forced out there now. Psychic Carrot's looking for something on the bot side, but Drago trying to find a move on the top side, not really able to find it, and Shyvana is now counter jungling after the Zyra showed, but that was a solo kill. No, it was my fault.
Oh, okay.
I thought there was no way Taxi would die.
Kai's playing this really well, though.
Yeah. And he just hits the charm behind the tower. Really nice.
I'm happy to see Kai finally performing to my expectations in the server. I feel like his first game...
I said he's first team, right? So... and then Drago actually gets caught out by the Nautilus ulti there, and I think he's going to die. He popped the ultimate right before dying, which is not ideal for him. But Shyvana and Nautilus able to get it done on the top side of the map. And there's just nothing for 101 Thieves to get back.
They are able to reduce the deficit to 1,000 gold and will look to pick up the Herald to hopefully get first tower blood. Top tower is looking really low, but it is possible. Carrick is stepping up here, and Carrick is able to get above half health with the help of that plant.
But I think Mason and Eric could be in trouble. They're both taking a lot of damage, but there's no CC coming down yet. I'm not sure what's available for these players, but Kai is in the area, could make it tough. And there comes the charm, huge burst of damage down, but it's only going to get half of Jonah's health. Nothing fatal. But Taxi going over the wall, looking for something, not able to find the snare, but gets the electrocute proc off. But I think the play is just going to fizzle, and advantage is going over to Fruitcakes. They're almost evening this game out.
I do think they also have the scaling advantage. I guess Zeri makes that a little less clear cut, but with a Shyvana, Ahri, Xayah, and you have the double front line of Nautilus, Rakan, I think team fights for Fruitcakes get easier as the game goes on.
Yeah. This fight is about to break out. Psycho Carrot taking a lot of damage, but now Will's ultimate coming out and the Taric ult to follow. Kathy gets locked up by a stun, but Will's focusing the other target. Kathy's ult now coming out. Blade Caller comes back, gets some damage, but no roots available. Taxi in the area might be looking for a dive. They're able to find another stun onto Kathy, and she's probably going to get lit up, but no, really good flash. And the barrier, I believe, also came out of that fight. But now top lane tower is taken, and Drago's looking to find a play.
Yeah, and there's the first blood tower that we were worried about. Both top and bot tier ones go down for the benefit of 101 Thieves. This play is continuing.
Will could be in a little trouble
nice
here, though.
knockup.
Mason's here with ultimate. Actually was not able to find too much damage there, but Will's going to get murdered on the backside, and Kai might be able to pick up a second one onto Jonah. Knockout coming through, and that's a second kill going over to Fruitcakes, but finally they're able to find a kill for 101 Thieves. Mason
Flash
getting knocked up there, and
Drago.
Arion should be able to pick up a second one here, but maybe not? And yeah, Mason's just able to get out.
TP coming down by Eric is pretty ambitious here. Shyvana has no health, and yeah, he just has to flash.
Double sums burned for absolutely no profit. Charm comes through and hits Taric, but not going to find anything. Dragon is available, and no one on Fruitcakes has anything left except for Eric. The Aatrox Taric synergy is actually kind of nice, except Taric just got completely fucking blown up there. But they're maybe looking for something. Taxi going over the wall finds something. Will ult, but not able to find any targets with it, so he's not going to get too much of a boost there. Root coming out, and they're able to find a lot of damage out of the Eden, but now Blade Caller getting so much work done.
Shyvana's coming over the wall with her ult.
They're actually able to find a kill, but now Shyvana's back in. 3 members so low. They're able to find 1, and 2 of them are ticking down to basically nothing, but Will can probably dash through a wall here and live, but no, that's a double kill for Shyvana. And that's a 2 for 2 on the fight. Both supports picked up for Fruitcakes, and then Aatrox and Zeri taken down, which is super key.
Looks like second drag of the game will be going over to Fruitcakes unless
Jonah looking for the steal, and he's not able to find it this time. Won the first fight, but not the second one. Taric's here, but not able to find anything, trying to body block, but another dash is available for Kai, but just holding it.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why he didn't follow up that one. They should be able to use the Rift Herald here to secure mid tier 1. Unless they just back off? Will saying a warm hello to everyone in chat. Thanks, Will. Oh, I don't think he's talking to us. Well, it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, top lane is being top lane. I don't know if Eric's going to be able to get out here. Ultimate is burned, but he's able to get the knockup during it. But Mason's going to be here to flank, and I think that actually puts Drago in a rough spot. His ultimate just ran out, but he gets so much damage dealt. The CC chain might put him in trouble. He's not able to find any sweet spots there, but he heals so much. But not being able to hit the Q3, I think, puts him in trouble. But he's able to get the shutdown, and now he's looking for the second kill onto Eric, and he finds a knockup, and that is going to be a double kill, 1v2 for Drago on the Aatrox. Absolutely filthy stuff. And now they're looking for a tower dive from the bot side of the map. Ultimate is available for Taric, but he's just going to die with it up. Didn't find the chance to use it.
Man, I don't know. Mason completely missed his first E. With that E hitting, then they 100% win that.
Yeah, Draco getting a kind of sixth sense that something's about to happen. I don't think Eden's going to get the chance to just pop in here, though.
I think Eden just gets one shot by him.
If Kai joins, it could be a bit interesting, but Eden going to fall down to Jonah, but Draco picked up. That's a huge shutdown going over to Kai, who's a very solid player and has shown that he's very comfortable on this Ahri. But now Taxi's coming over the wall, looking to find the kill, and is able to find that second hit to pop the Q, and this game is bloody.
27 kills at 20 minutes. Yeah, I'm here for it. Taxi is staying around even though he is quite low, and Nautilus ult is only a couple seconds away from coming off. Please, Eric, please, 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 I'm begging of you, buy a Bramble Vest.
Turrets were traded down, each ADC claiming one turret for themselves. Next fight, it's probably going to be over this dragon. The Baron's up, but I just don't see that going down before the dragon. Slight drag advantage is over to the side of Fruitcakes. This game's overall pretty even, but I think this kind of like late-ish mid-game is going to be where 101 Thieves can make a lot happen. They want to play off the back of this Aatrox and the LeBlanc to get stuff done, and if Fruitcake's focus is held by those two, Zeri can put a lot of work in. They're able to get a lot of damage down onto Eric, but he is super tanky, so this could be a questionable play. But there's 4 people here. They're just going to find that kill onto the Nautilus, trying to take him down. And now Taxi's a bit vulnerable here, and Mason going over for the flank, but gets immediately stunned up. And Will is here, is not able to get into the Taric ultimate, but pops the ultimate of his own, trying to get a lot of damage. But huge damage coming out from Kathy, Kai, and Mason, and that's a triple kill coming out for Xayah, looking for more, but Draco's here on the backside of the fight, trying to find a kill onto Kai. Kai's trying to run away with this Ahri ultimate, but that's another kill coming through for Draco. That's a triple kill going both ways, and that's going to be a quadra kill on the Aatrox. And it looked like it was going Fruitcake's way, but that teleport coming in from the Aatrox was able to completely turn the fight around.
I don't know what Eric is building. What does the mana crystal build into that also builds out of a giant's belt?
Yeah, I got no clue.
Is he just building Warmogs and has an extra mana crystal for funsies? I don't know.
Zeke's Convergence? Is that even still in the game?
It is in the game. I don't know if it builds out of a mana crystal anymore, though.
Who the fuck knows? Frozen Heart?
Thank you for the Prime Sub Stanley shout out. No, Frozen Heart doesn't have a grind spell.
In 40 seconds, looking at cooldowns, Taric Ultimate might not be available for it, or Flash, but a couple flashes missing on this side of Fruitcakes, but all the ultimates should be up. We really just want to look at Shyvana here, but she's not on the correct side of the map to really contest this, but can be pretty fast. I keep clicking on Jonah when I want Shyvana to show up.
Mason just really needs to hit the Fury for the ult here. That's what he's looking for right now. I need to fact check Stanley here. I believe he is
on Spectres.
That's possible.
And Draco going in over the wall, but he is kind of stuck in a 1v3, but he's able to take out half of Mason's health bar, but now he's in a 1v5 situation. There's no help from the rest of his team. Some of them have dash, but they're not going over. He almost kills 2 of them, but now he's kind of out, isolated, and he's looking for the kill onto Mason, not going to be able to find it, but the stall does come out, and they're able to secure the dragon, and all they're doing is giving a shutdown of 600 gold over to Kathy, which is not really what you want to do. But now Will's here looking for the damage onto Saxy Guy, but the ultimate comes out on the Nautilus, and Kathy's able to just completely blow up Will. Kill credit is going over to Eric, though, but that is a 2 for 0 in exchange for the dragon, and Mason's still going. Some stuns coming out, and Taxi able to find a kill onto Kathy in return, but is going to get charmed up and taken down. So it's a 3 for 1 in favor of Fruitcakes here, and Flash is forced out from Psychic here, and he's definitely just going to die here. I don't see any way for him to live this. Jonah could maybe try and solve something out. The Taric ultimate coming out as soon as it comes off the cooldown, but not the best utilization of it, and now they're looking for the Baron. No ADC available, though, and Zeri and Aatrox are going to be up pretty soon.
Yeah, I was going to complain about Fruitcake still not having any anti-heal, but it works out when Aatrox just runs into 1v5. They lose the drag, but should be able to pick up the Baron here, which will do wonders for their economy. will put them around even if they can get it without Jonah stealing it over the wall. Nice damage for Mason over the wall. Will
yeah, I mean, Drago could probably just clean this up, though. He was so close to winning the 1v5 earlier, and he just healed half a health bar at once. That is almost going to be a first kill picked up, but there's one, and he's just getting reset here. Charm already came out and wasn't able to find anything, and now Taxi gets on the backside of this. You just can't let this Aatrox get access onto these low health targets. The resets are way too powerful, and Taxi looking to find a kill onto Kai, and no, Kai's been playing so well here, positions fantastically, and Kathy able to pick up a kill onto Taxi, which stops them from wiping their whole team. But that Baron is not happening.
Yeah, luckily for Fruitcakes, it looks like 101 Thieves is not picking up the Baron as of yet. Kathy will have to back off. Does manage to root Arion, but is not able to follow up on it. And 101 Thieves is rotating towards the Baron now. This is really risky for Drago, and he will just be back. He does have TP, so he can be right back in it.
Oh, and that's a flank TP coming from out. It is going to be spotted, but Drago's just looking for the kill onto Kathy, and he's almost going to find it. Has to burn the ultimate, but any damage onto Kathy is going to pick up this, and it goes up the wall and finds it, and that is a flash ultimate coming up from Will, but now Drago might fall down, but he's healing so much. Will getting so much damage onto Eden. Eden falling down super low. It hasn't died yet, but now Will's able to pick up the kill. Charm coming out. Kai falling down low, but Mason's just trying to farm up, trying to get his ult farm coming through, but Will just going in way too aggressively, gets picked off. Healing coming down from Drago, but he's not able to find it. They're just going to have to back off. This is a 2v2 fight, and Psycho Carrot's down to basically nothing.
Kai bought the Oblivion Orb, bless.
Yep, and now Taxi looking for a kill, not able to find it. Charm coming out, so much damage. That's a double kill for Mason. 8, 4, and 6 so far this game. And Eric looking for a wraparound is going to get it onto Psycho Carrot, and he's just dead. No way to stop that. Jonah looking for some damage in return, but Eric's just so tanky.
This
still
game is so crazy back and
any
forth.
item since we last looked at his build. So we still know what's happening.
They just go right back to the Baron. Let's see if it works this time. Aatrox TP is up in 15 seconds. But your Xayah will be there by then, hopefully. So you have like the pseudo Callista smite from Xayah snapback. Let's see if they are able to pick it up. It looks like Xayah is pathing away, so they are just conceding it.
Yeah, I think if they were contesting it, we would have seen Aatrox teleport immediately. They're getting Farsight just to make sure it's happening, but this game is now back to even. And Fruitcakes are looking pretty solid. As we already mentioned, they do have a pretty solid scaling advantage here. I think you definitely wanted to see better performances from Taxi and your bot lane starting off this game, but Jonah and Drago have been playing fantastically. So I don't think either team is necessarily out of this game. Psycho Carrot being a little risky here. Ult coming down onto just Psycho Carrot, and he's actually able to dodge the E. Psycho Carrot's ult is available, Will ulting through, but that's so much damage onto them. And the ult is now coming through, but they're able to charm them up, but they're not able to find the kill before the Taric ulti comes down, and Eden not being able to get picked up yet. But Will is going to die to, I believe, Nautilus ultimate. Taxi on the backside able to find one, looking for a second, and is going to find it. Drago getting so much damage down. Eric put in the bounty house and is going to get picked up. Looked like something died, but it was actually just LeBlanc clone, and that is a triple kill for Taxi. He heard me talking shit, I guess.
Yeah, and he took it personally.
Michael Jordan.
He knows the meme.
True. But Drago's just going to be able to pick this up. I mean, Kai's strong, but not Aatrox stopping strong. No one's really going to be up soon enough to defend this either. So this should just be third drag going over to 101 Thieves, and they have pressure on the bot lane tower if they look to stop defending it. But
yeah, Mason knows it's gone. He's just going to look to pick up the first turret in the top lane.
yeah, I mean, Kai does like no damage to the Aatrox.
Soul point for 101 Thieves here is pretty big. Ocean Soul, or Cloud Soul, my apologies. Cloud Soul is not the worst. It used to be known as like the worst soul and no one wanted it, but it is significantly better now, and on some of these champs, especially champs like Shyvana, the move speed on the ultimate is really, really helpful.
Yeah, it would be crazy for Zeri, Aatrox, and Taric as well. I feel like with LeBlanc it doesn't matter as much because a lot of your mobility is stashes, but a lot of pop
really
ult
nice.
and run around on both teams, so definitely going to be high in contention.
And Baron is up in 3.5 minutes, so we'll likely see the next major team fight around there, unless the teams just decide that they want to scrap it out before that.
Yeah, I mean, there is a 2v1 coming top, but we've seen how this has gone in the past. And Psycho Carrot is actually here to help, but Drago just turning around. The problem is he needs to get a kill before his ult runs out for this to be super effective. And now it's a 4v2 on the top side. But TP coming through, Psycho Carrot's taking a lot of damage, and that is just going to be a charmed up Aatrox, and he's not going to get anything out of it. Taxi's here, but it's going to be really hard for him to find an angle. Flash is forced out of Psycho Carrot, and this fight is going over to the Fruitcakes. Looks like Drago got a little bit cocky there, and now Psycho Carrot's getting caught out by this hook, just walked up for no reason. But, I mean, Zeri and Zyra might be able to get something down to the other side of the map. Taxi just running in, but is going to end up being a fine. Has to burn the stasis, and is now trying to get out. So much DC coming down on him under tower, but I just don't think that they have a way to kill like anyone on either team. But this tower is going to fall down. The one remaining... Is that Baron? No, that's just Scrubs. My bad. But now Will has to back to defend this. Has ultimate available, but it's going to be really hard for him to find an angle here. And this siege might just be game-ending. The staggers, or the backs are staggered, but nope.
Aatrox is respawning.
Yeah.
They will not be able to continue. They'll probably back off, look to set up vision around the Baron.
And they get to pick up a mid-tower too, so... Fruitcakes still trying to keep this game even. I think they're slightly behind technically, but they're favored so much at this point of the game.
Fruitcake's macro is looking significantly better than it has in their first two series, and I'm excited to see the improvement there from them.
Yeah, Will is now 3.5 items, which is faster than Kathy, but that is definitely more scary on Azeri. Drago might just die to the tower trying to do this, but no, is able to pick it up, but lost more than half his health going for it. It does give you a lot of money, though. He does have Maw completed. He's probably going to look for another MR item, presumably Spirit Visage coming out last for Aatrox.
That would make a lot of sense, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough, though, because that way he's not itemizing anything towards Kathy, and she's been doing a lot of damage. Has 10 kills so far, and has a lot of armor pen.
Are seeing another anti-heal item coming out, this time on the Xayah, which is good. They do have a lot of healing, not just on the Aatrox, but with Taric. Zeri presumably has lifeline in her runes as well. But the game is slowing down. We still have 40 seconds until Baron, which is when these teams should fight next. Eden just took away that cannon.
I mean, I think there's a possibility that they forego the Baron and just try and secure Dragon for 101 Thieves, but Will does have to flash there. Took the wrong angle over that wall. And that's going to be huge. Ghost still available, but not having Zeri flash for the next fight is going to be killer for them. And Drago still hasn't healed from that tower damage he took earlier. Is going to try and reset now, but it might just be too late. They're going to see this, and he's just caught. Actually, no, he was off vision the whole time. Smart positioning, I guess. But now it looks like Fruitcakes is setting up for the Baron.
And no one on 101 Thieves is here. They know that no one is there. They cleared the vision with the Scuttle Crab, and they'll just start it up.
Yeah, I mean, they do have really
Somewhat
good
of an
steal
ambitious
potential,
start.
But Jonah is throwing it over the wall, and now Ariane's in the pit dealing so much damage. But no, the damage coming out from the other side, so, I can't even tell what's happening. But Drago on the back line did end up dying, and Zyra was able to secure the Baron and is trying to get out here. But that's a 4-for-1 so far, and Kathy getting a triple. And that is a flash coming out from Mason, trying to get here, but so much damage coming out from the Zyra plants.
Shout out Eric with like a 3 or 4 man knockup on the Nautilus ulti. What a crazy play. And it looks like they'll be able to pick up at least a couple turrets here. I don't know if they'll be able to end the game, but they are able to pick up top end.
Yeah, they have no waves, so taking towers down is going to be really tough. Soul is on the map for 101 Thieves if they can respawn and get it, but I sincerely doubt that. I think it's going to be 3 dragons apiece very shortly. That steal was able to kind of keep him in that game. You don't want to see that full wipe for your team. if you're 101 Thieves, obviously, but you're happy to end up with the Baron. Even though you don't get to keep it. But
deny 1,500 gold from an ME team is nothing to scoff at.
yeah, but then you give it back over by dying.
Yeah. Presumably Carrot is not worth 300 gold, is all I'm gonna
Taxi
say.
is here, is going to find that root, forces the ultimate out of Mason, which is not really impactful. Again, both objectives coming up in 4.5 minutes at the same time. So we're probably going to see a split decision here, or one team's just going to force the fight. But I think if either team wants to force the fight, it should definitely be Fruitcakes, because I think they have the combat advantage at this point in time. Especially with Shyvana just picking up a Rabadon's and completing her build.
Uh-oh.
Please don't fucking tell me.
Oh, we're back. Okay,
No,
everything's
no,
fine.
No. We went back 15 seconds.
Oh, you rewind.
Yeah.
Charlie
Right.
Spectator hasn't broken again.
Oh my fucking god.
No.
Oof.
Maybe they paused? No, it would tell me if they
Maybe.
paused.
Is that where it froze last time?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try and rejoin.
Hopefully it's still going and we don't just lose the last 3 minutes of the game.
It is.
Okay.
I'm just hoping that it'll put me in the right spot.
L streamers.
Yep.
L chatter.
blame
Get
Riot,
out of
bro.
here. L company. True.
L Riot. Real.
Okay, so
We
we were
lost a
at
minute,
34-46, I think, but it looks like nothing much has happened.
Yeah, I can't go back, so.
Ooh, nice buffer.
Yeah.
Rare Teddy sighting on the casting proof on.
Yeah. Teddy is biased, by the way, casting his own team's games. Will is now getting ulted on by Mason, loses half his health bar immediately. Taxi and him are trying to defend, but they do have I hate Outblade. I don't know, I haven't installed. But it looks like they're just trying to end the game here. Draco did just get the back off, gets so much damage
Oh,
out,
no.
but Kathy's just able to shred him. He has so much MR, but nothing to deal with the Xayah damage. And this is supportal combat on the top side of the map. I don't think this is
That
important
is
at all.
actually a top laner.
That's a support champion, though.
Yeah, that's true. Kathy's in my room. Please don't spoil the result for me. Oh, she's saying hi to Duffy.
But yeah, I mean, slight gold
Is Garrett
advantage
winning
coming
this?
through. Oh my fucking god.
No, oh my god. Riot!
So the game's over, so we can't respectate. I'd assume.
Someone send us replay file quick.
Yeah.
Hey Kathy, can you send Dean the replay file of the game without telling us the result? The spectator is broken again. Yeah, right now. I'll go help her do that. I
Okay.
will mute.
Okay. Well, cool. We'll just rewatch from 35 where it froze initially. I don't know why Spectate broke again. Probably my least favorite thing that could have happened. So it's looking good. For Fruitcakes, though, they had a huge push into the base. And you know, Psycho Carrot was doing something with Eric. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully we get the replay file soon and can look over it. And it looks like... Okay, replay is just corrupted. I guess.
I am asking Kathy to check with the rest of her team if it is working for them, but we might just be riot diffed right now.
Yeah. Well, I can say what happened, but I can't say how it happened.
Apparently it's broken for Mason too.
Okay.
Okay, Stanley is asking them to reenact an MS Paint at the end of the game, so I think that is a good idea.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Fruitcake's won. Can't tell you how it happened. Kathy dropped 17 kills in total at the end of the game. I feel like, from what limited viewing experience I had, I feel like there's a few candidates for MVP in my mind, though. But I don't know what you're thinking. Oh, Noam said he's peeing real quick. Well, since he's gone, I'll give it to Kai. I feel like a lot of playmaking and was able to get a lot of damage done. Made it very impossible for anyone to kind of walk up in any fights. Kathy did a really good job of cleaning him up too, but I think Kai did a lot more damage and didn't die as much. And Kathy was just hitting the last hits more, but Kai did a really good job in lane setting stuff up and had a solid performance throughout the entire game. But everyone on Fruitcakes did super solidly, played the roles they needed to. But
yeah, I'm happy giving it to either of them.
Yeah. I don't know why Teddy's inviting me to a
game of League of Legends.
right
Get
in the
here,
middle
never
of a
mind, it's
series.
already full.
Everyone that's in there is playing in the series right now.
I mean, we're not getting a root.
This is game 1, brother.
Yeah. Okay. So next draft should be happening soon.
Sorry, wrong call.
Okay.
I don't know why Mace is even moving calls, but okay.
Jonah is saying in Twitch chat that they lost a fight around blue, and that Teddy invited him to.
Okay. Yeah, draft should be happening at like 10 o'clock. So
You have another invader.
Okay.
Do we just lock the channel?
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought that was game 2.
Oh wait, I just kicked him from the server instead of the call.
No, Teddy, no. I'll invite him.
I got it. I was trying to do something and he joined.
Oh, he's not gonna let us live that one down.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, I don't know if he's joined back yet. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so side is not changing. Fruitcakes did grab a win in the first game. I mean, it kind of looked like it was going that way. Unfortunately, we weren't able to see the end of it. Here's where I just hope that this isn't going to be a persistent problem. But, you know, it is what it is. Can you just keep an eye out and see if he's able to rejoin the server? Once he is,
yeah, I will do that.
Oops. But yes, thank you. But yeah, next draft should be happening at 10 ideally, and yes, that is the time that Jonah gave. But yes, same side. I don't think draft was necessarily the issue. I think the LeBlanc could do better. I feel like Kai kind of had Taxi's number there. I think that might be something you want to change. Just get a more solid, less skill intensive matchup. there, but nothing else. He still hasn't accepted it. Let me DM him.
He said he's banned.
How do I
I don't know if I'm able to do it.
Hold on. It says no one's banned.
I'll ask him to screenshot. Oh, what a day.
How do can I make like a new invite? Oh my god. Oops.
This day will go down in infamy.
I guess. Top left Discord servicer? Ban. Unban. I already did. There is no ban. How am I supposed to revoke his ban if he doesn't have one? Jesus Christ. I feel like if I'm directly inviting him, it should work. But
Yeah, it's 10 though, so draft should be starting presumably soon.
okay. Oh my god.
He's never gonna let you live this down. Can't wait to be in call with Teddy. He's gonna be like, this reminds me of that one time Dean banned me from the server.
Oh my god. What's the screenshot say?
He hasn't sent one yet.
Okay. Maybe it works and he's just not checking.
That's possible, yeah. Alright, looks like Zaya is being banned. They are adjusting from game 1.
Yes, that means that shoot. Something's up that was banned last time. I forget what their third ban was. Oh, Senna.
Banned Udyr, Hecarim,
Senna might be
Senna,
up. But do you think they ban Aatrox over Yone, or do you think they accept that
Maybe. I don't know.
that Yone might
I think
be
once they
worse?
bought anti-heal, it was doable.
That's true.
I feel like Yone is just a lot harder to lock down. Squishier, but more mobile.
I feel like the kick button shouldn't be that easy to hit.
I need to check this on someone who isn't you.
Yeah.
Oh, I just don't have the ability to kick people from the server. That's probably for the best, actually.
Yeah, that is true. Ari's being banned here, which I think is pretty smart. They're leaving Hecarim up and Senna, but like, who really cares? Aatrox was banned out instead of Yone, so we'll probably just see Yone get picked up for Drago. I don't really see any reason why you wouldn't do that. Let me try to restart my Discord and see if his ban shows up.
Okay, sounds good. Hello.
Hello. They call me the Scrims genius. Shyvana is being first picked here. I guess they are worried that it will be contested. I think it did well. I don't know if it's necessarily the reason that they won, but
I feel like this one is more of a pick to make sure Jonah doesn't get it.
yeah. But that does mean that Senna's going over 200
The famous Psycho Carrot Senna.
Hopefully he builds correctly.
They let him build AD.
Oh my lord.
I'm curious to see what they'll pay with it. I don't see Will as much of like a Ornn Cho'Gath player, so they might just put it with a regular ADC. Although I think that's correct now with the Enchanter build.
Yeah.
So depending on what we see locked in here, it might tell us what build Carrot is planning.
Okay, it's letting me. I right click on Hong and it asks me if I want to kick him again.
What?
Like,
is he in the server and he's just not telling me?
No, I don't
No,
think
he's
so.
still not in here.
How do I? I can't believe it. What if I invite him like directly to?
To the channel.
Oh, I don't know. It won't even let me invite him to the server.
Try it.
Oh my god.
MF locked in. I guess it's a denial pick because MF Lily is pretty good, but I don't see Kathy as much of an MF player. They
Yeah, I don't
could
know.
theoretically pivot Kai to ADC and put Kathy mid. Her
Oh, I
Orianna
mean,
is pretty clean.
Eric's a really good MF player.
That's also true. That is a possibility.
I believe Eric got his first Scrims Penta on MF. Maybe his only Scrims Penta. But yeah, this is looking to me like maybe Kathy's playing top lane. But we'll have to see. Mason is asking Psychocard if he's going to be building Kraken Bork. I would hope not.
Kaisa locked in for Will. That's a Will classic.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the synergy is there between Kaisa and Senna, but I feel like you don't need anything crazy into MF Sona, and I feel like the Senna is just going to help Kaisa sustain. You could want an engage support, but it's not like you have that option after you've already picked it. And yeah, Yone is going to get banned as well, so Drago's pool is getting cut down pretty significantly here. They went with the Lux ban again. Looks like Taxi's just kind of scared of it. We might see Katarina taken away, but it looks like it might just be up too, considering they banned it first previously. But
Oh, true. I do need to start Redeem Gamba.
sure.
Thank you for reminding me.
Well, actually, neither team won because we didn't get to see it.
That's not how that works.
It's rigged. Audit log. How do I unkick somebody? I didn't mean to. He's not even banned. I feel like he should be able to join,
I
but
think he might just be trolling us.
maybe. But Malphite is banned away. I'm not sure what they're planning on picking, but Malphite's a good counter to a lot of AD champions, so they might just be looking to blind pick top here. Aurora is taken away from Taxi again, not super surprising here, but they are really trying to pinch the mid lane pool. Smolder's locked in. Ziggs was hovered shortly before, so I feel like this might be a mid lane pick. Taxi realizing that he just doesn't have the hands to fight Kai 1v1, at least on the day today, and is resorting to a brain dead sleeper pick. It's actually also possible that this is going to be Kaisa mid and Will's going to be playing the Smolder bot lane. I'm actually hoping for that now that I've thought of it, but we will just have to see. Top lane is the only pick left for 101 Thieves, and it looks like they're going to have to play into Eric's Trundle. We all got bamboozled here. Maybe Kathy is more of a misfortune player than you're aware of, but they are hovering every
Certainly
champ in the
possible.
fucking book for the mid lane, and it is just going to be the Katarina locked in, I'm sure, but no, different things are coming out. But Kai's going to get his pick of the litter.
Hell yeah, Kaya Kali. Love to see it. That might be a smaller top, though. I'll start prediction once draft is completed, PB.
Yeah, I doubt Drago would play Smolder personally, but
Darius. Interesting.
I mean, I feel like this might just be a good matchup into Trundle. I'm not sure what the the Trundle matchup spread is in the top lane. I'm just not familiar with it, but I feel like he's probably comfortable on it. And I mean, Kai'Sa and Smolder could go either way. Now it's just a question of, is this going to work? Replay wise, and if it doesn't, I don't really know what we do.
We call the season off, I guess.
I mean, I'd rather just play it at this point, but casting is unfortunate. He hasn't clicked the link yet. He's just messing with him. Awesome.
Is that what he told you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can you rejoin? So I fix your roles.
Fujer said Carrot lost to 3 ADCs in a sign up and sees the power now. Wasn't it 4 ADCs?
I think so. There's a lot.
And Mason is offering to stream it for us and call. We'll just hope that spectator works. If it doesn't work,
Yeah.
then we'll have to figure
I mean,
something
I'd
out.
rather just go back and delayed cast everything with like the proper POV than someone's individual one. I guess if the replays keep breaking, then that's not really an option, but I'm hoping this is a one-off issue. But who the fuck knows?
Jonah is DMing me that he's gonna have a crisis about the drafting.
I think cooked. This is a good one. And Jonah's on Lilia too. We hadn't even
How do
thought
they
about that.
deal with Akali though? I agree with Brewer. Like, it is really hard for them to shut down Akali short of like a Darius pull or a Lilia sleep, or a Senna route. But
simply
those are
just
all
don't
hard
let her
to hit.
get fed. Think about it.
True, actually.
If she never
He's
gets a
cooking here.
lead, she can't punish a lead. Well, we'll see if this works. I'm cautiously optimistic, but you know, I'm just gonna wait to look at the champ assets because we're not sure where Kai'Sa and Smolder are going. I think it could really go either way. Will is comfortable in both champions, and I haven't really seen Taxi play either, but I assume he can play both, so that should work out.
Brewer with the 7.7k Gamba on fruitcakes. And Stanley with the same, but for 101 Thieves. Nice. I'm so glad we have people here gambaing. It brings a smile to my
That's true.
my face.
Well, everyone just left the lobby, so I assume it's broken again.
Lovely.
Yep.
Thanks, Riot.
Well, I mean, who knows?
True. It could be a user. What's the word for it?
Error.
User error. Thank you. I can speak English, I promise. Brewer wants a prop bet on Mason game MVP. I have a feeling Kai might get his second in a row here.
Wait, that's so funny. They're talking about the client, and Drago says multi-dollar company, not multi-million-dollar company, multi-dollar company. Oh my fucking god, I love it.
They have at least $2 to rub together. True.
Multi-dollar. I mean, just a reminder for people watching who are in the series, you're not really supposed to be doing that. So if you could stop, that would be awesome. Like, you can have it open, but not like interacting with chat or like unmuted. But I think I might have lost that one. this time around. It feels like everyone from both teams is in. So
I feel like some of the people who are playing in the series might have stream muted and are just interacting with chat.
right. I mean, still probably
Yeah.
should avoid if possible, please. Thank you.
Wait, did Taxi bet on
5K
fruitcake?
on fruitcake's easy hedge. It's called a hedge, bro. It's okay. Taxi is like the #1 gambler. He knows what's happening.
That's awesome. I'm gonna do a little adminning.
Alright, maybe we'll actually get to join at some point. Hong is back. I didn't permanently ban him.
Yes, let's go.
Do we give him his caster role back though? Think about it.
True. Okay, you're banned, brother.
Yeah, we're rebanning Hong Papa. Okay, well, I will assume he can fix everything else himself, but that's okay. Apologies to Hong Baba. Unjustly banned. Rightfully restored.
8/20/2024. Always remember, never forget.
Oh my god.
Alright, do you know who's on
Yeah,
what champ yet?
Smolder is going mid lane, it appears.
Okay, nice. We can get assets generated and look at some of the stats while we wait for the spectator view.
Yeah. And what? Like, is Psychic Carrot playing? Senna? Okay.
Yep.
Oh boy. What we should actually take bets on is not who wins, it's can we actually see the game. But
Do you want me to cancel this bet and put
no,
up a new
no,
one?
no, 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 it's fine, it's fine. Okay. I mean, so many people have put money on it, it's so controversial, you know.
True, true.
Champ matchups. Misfortune clears Kaisa. That's probably why it was locked. Or the Kaisa was locked after Misfortune, right? Is it Senna Lilia first? Yep. So we're picking Kaisa in. We're confident in the matchup. Mason is now 1 and 2 on Shyvana. Kai is actually not 1 on this champion. Kathy's played this champion twice, not 1 on it. Eric has a solid track record of playing Trundle. Drago has not lost on Darius. Taxi has not lost on Smolder, but hasn't played it yet. And the rest of the win losses are looking a little rough for 101 Thieves, but I hope they pull it out and we can get a Game 3 banger. But as we already mentioned, I think if Kai gets ahead, it could be really rough. But there is a lot of late game scaling on the side of 101 Thieves, and I think if they're able to just kind of survive, I think they're in a good position. It kind of feels like they knew that they lost because of their lack of a late game last game, and they're just trying to draft for it. So
Yeah. I guess we'll see if it's too much of an overcorrection.
yeah, well, we'll have to see. I think you can kind of go either way. They don't have a real front line anymore, which I think is going to be really
Yeah.
tough into Shyvana. And I mean,
Yeah,
this
Shyvana
is
and
obviously
Kali
going
are
to shred
just
you.
make these fights super hard.
Yeah. I mean, you're just kind of hoping that one of the 3 marksmen is going to be able to pop off, and that the Darius and the Leah have a solid game the whole way around, just kind of doing pseudo frontline for you.
Do we have? Or,
You know,
you already went
Darius,
through
I
all
didn't know that
the champ
before.
matchups, did you?
Yeah, it's only Misfortune and Kaisa that we have.
Right. Okay.
Trundle, Darius, Sona, Senna, Akali, Smolder, I'm not super surprised. Shyvana, Lilia, I am a little surprised about, but usually it's Jonah playing both of those champions, and he can't play 2 champs at once, so.
Underestimating Jonah, I think.
Dude, maybe he can. I don't know.
Maybe he can. We never tried it, have we? UK Duffy?
Alright, well, 30
He's
seconds
coming over
until
to help
we're
me
in
cast.
game. MVP standings asset is bugged, I guess, so can't see that. Real tragedy.
I thought you were talking about MVP, the former team, and was very confused.
Yeah, they're gone.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
We barely knew ye.
Banger team, though. Do miss them. Mastery check. Oh my
Skin
god,
check.
it's
Garrett,
Kai
only one
by
without a skin. He's
far.
poor. Point and laugh.
Smolder doesn't have a skin either.
Ah, true. That champ just doesn't look like he belongs in the league. I'm sorry.
Real.
Alright. Game 2 underway.
Prage.
Prage, we will see the whole thing.
Oh my god. I don't know
Carrot-
if I can do this.
Carrot has fleet footwork, by the way.
Is that wrong? It's Airy, right?
Enchanter is Airy, so
Oh boy.
if they lose this, he will get mercilessly flamed,
Yeah.
and I'm looking forward to it.
Major misstep.
If he wins though, maybe he's onto something.
Right. Yeah. Bloodsong Black Cleaver isn't that bad. Maybe we'll see that. And he does have 2 ADCs and a Darius on his team, so getting extra armor pen for his team is not bad. Psycho Carrot, looking for an early soul, is able to find it, and that is... yeah, he's pinging it. He knows what's up.
Oh yeah.
But
Surely,
now Jonah just face checks into Mason, is trying to get the extra movement speed and get away, but his clear is going to be a little less healthy. Mason only has 28 mastery points on Shyvana, so I don't think he's going to do much.
surely with 2 ADCs and a Darius on your team, you don't need more AD though, and you just want to peel for
Well, maybe
them.
just go Black Cleaver and then build like something else. You
What is that particle that's like floating like
know? Lilia.
10 Teemos away from Lilia?
I don't fucking know.
Riot!
They're looking for an ambush on the bottom side of the map. Half of Eden's health bar is just gone immediately. Will just looks a lot more comfortable in the early game on this Kai'Sa. They didn't kind of overextend their trade. They knew what their limits were this time around. Psycho Carrot, however, getting chunked out. Does anyone prefer a new mastery system? No. If you find someone who does, introduce me to them.
I think the numbers are okay. I just wish it also showed or sorry, no, I like that it continues, but I don't like how they did it with the numbers. I got it mixed around. If they had kept the system with S's, then it would have been okay. Eden narrowly dodging a Kai'Sa W there, that would have hurt quite a lot.
Oh. It just seems like a lot harder to earn new levels, and they don't look good.
Yeah,
Which they
if
said
the
that they're
levels work
fixing,
the same,
but I don't know. I also have a feeling in my stomach that Taxi is not going to survive this laning phase, so we're just kind of keeping an eye out on Guy here or something. But Drago getting a huge trade down here. Eric might just bleed out, but that's a flash coming out both ways, and Drago just flashes under tower and dies. First blood going over to Trundle, but the tower was really the one who killed there.
So right now, Tower is my MVP. I'll keep you updated if that changes.
Now Psychic Carrot's my MVP. He has the most Senna souls. And Jonah's taking a little scenic trip through mid lane. Huge trade coming down there, but unfortunately the E was hit on a minion and not on the Smolder.
I'm not sure if you could go back in anyway with the Lilia hovering there.
Yeah.
Mason is spotted on the Tri-Brush ward.
Yeah,
But we'll be able to pick the crab up uncontested.
yeah, it's a
Kai's
crab for crab
dropping a
trade.
little
It
low
looks like
here.
Lilia was probably going to try and help out the Darius get a solo kill, but unfortunately, things didn't really pan out that way. Not solo kill, lane kill, whatever. My brain hurts. Kai is looking for something here, but is just going to try and survive and thin out the wave. Not a lot of mana left for Taxi, so not in a lot of risk here, but maybe I'm wrong. Taxi getting a huge trade here, but Mason
Shyvana's
is
here.
behind him. I think this could be interesting, but there might be a fight breaking out top lane too. I'm just going to try and zoom out and see what we can see here.
Oh, super wide
And
zoom.
yeah,
Drago's
Drago
dropping
falling
low.
down super low. I don't think
That's
there's
Ghost
many
away.
bleed stacks over here.
Whoever hits
Ghost
first
is here,
wins.
and he hits the Q, but he doesn't hit the Q, and Eric's just going to pick up another solo kill. Eric
Eric got a
dominating this
signature
lane.
top lane pick. And it's a 600 gold lead at 4 minutes.
Yep, and
Which
nothing
is the
happened
opposite
mid.
of what we saw last game.
Oh, but that hits. Kai going in is just going to pick up the solo kill, and this is looking really good for Fruitcakes.
Mason knew he had to step it up before the podcast, I think. Even though he hasn't done anything this game yet.
That's true. Don't worry, he's still getting clowned for that last series. There's no escaping that. But, oh, Drago just missing that. I just want to see this lane get evened up a little bit, but...
Eric's playing this so well, though. Props to him.
Yeah, that pillar was very
Like,
solid.
Perfectly on the edge for both of his kills, and just...
And now Jonah's
Space
gonna
that one.
get escorted in here by Psycho Carrot. The way that they positioned, it's basically impossible to see him. Root not going to be found onto anybody though. That's a lot of plasma popping on Eden, but there's just not a kill there. And Shyvana is probably going to try and contest this early dragon. Didn't do it last game, but once they started picking up dragons, the Shyvana became very scary.
Yeah, both flashes used for the Fruitcake spot lane is not amazing for contesting it, but they have not started it up yet, and it looks like Mason will be able to get a ward down on it as well, or at least vision with the Scry Bloom. Eric hit 6 here before the Darius does. Will probably look to trade pretty aggressively with that. Has not popped the ultimate yet. Uses it now, and the Darius has to run away.
Yeah, I feel like you kind of just stake that as a Darius though. Akali going in had the opportunity to ultimate, but chooses to hold it. If Drago is able to hit 6 off this wave, he could just have a chance to turn this, but I don't think that's necessarily happening. Lilius back is just going to get stopped. Jungle versus jungle combat coming out down here. But Smolder does have the most farm in... No, never mind. Kathy is actually out CSing. Did not notice that.
Shout out Kathy, has been working a lot on her CSing.
Yeah, Smolder has been doing very well here in the mid lane though. Probably stacked a decent amount, has a lot of farm, is not getting shut down by Kai like he was previously, which I think is the improvement you want to see for 100.
Probably does have a slight gold lead just based on the CS, even though he did give the kill over to Kai.
Yeah, I believe it's 13 CS in the early game, so it's going to be very, very slight. Shyvana is looking up for the grubs though. Neither team able to start up the dragon. I think there's just too much vision control down. That root somehow hits, but just not able to find anything off of it. And Drago's in a really tough spot here. I feel like if Mason's able to come up and make a play, something could happen. But there might actually be a fight coming through here. One grub is taken down, and Jonah's maybe looking to secure something on the other end of it, but Darius just isn't going to be able to help here. So it's just going to be 3-0 for grubs, and Jonah just unfortunately wasting time here, not able to find anything.
Lilia does have level 6. Mason just took over from that last grub. Will dropping super low here. The Fruitcake spot lane has been impressing me this series. They're looking a lot more solid.
Yeah, Misfortune is just so evil to play into. All you gotta get is a couple good Q bounces and you're able to force basically anyone out of lane. Psycho Carrot will have the ability to heal up Will a little bit, but he is building AD, so it's not going to be as strong as it was previously.
Shyvana
Both mid lane is super low.
starting up the drag with the help of Sona.
Yeah, that's an easy secure. Should be picked up for Fruitcakes. They're in pretty solid control over this game. And you have kills, or a kill onto the Akali, which is who you kind of want to watch out for. And Shyvana having this extra added power from the dragons is super impactful as well. 101 Thieves is just going to hope that they can scale up and get a few lucky fights with their ADCs and try and get something done.
They do have CS leads in every lane except for top, which is pretty great for them.
Yeah, and off this back, they should be able to catch up. in top lane too. Actually, Sona's out CS Senna, so...
True. Report Carrot. I don't know what to tell you. Game has slowed down a lot though. We saw a lot of early trades in the top lane and mid, and it's somewhat dropped off. I would imagine Trundle with ulti coming back to lane here might look for a play, but Drago is going to back off, and I thought he was going to back, but he is staying in the lane. Lilia is topside, so there could be a play there.
I mean, with ultimate, I feel like Darius is actually a little favored. It's just unfortunate that he spent so much time fighting before he hit 6. Puts him in a bit of a rough position. Psycho Carrot looking for a trade, not able to find anything substantial, and walks back up, which is going to heal himself out, but he's not able to share the healing with his laner, which is kind of hurting them. But jungle control is definitely in favor of the Fruitcakes there. Mason able to walk up, secure a crab, and Jonah's just having to waste time. He's not finding good angles to gank, and he's not finding much farm on the map either.
Carrot is dropping super low here.
Yeah, ultimate is available for Misfortune, but it's hard for her to find an angle that can force him to stay in place. Flash ulti from Sona isn't available yet, but once it is, that's a very dangerous threat.
Nice backstep from Eric to dodge the Gary's.
Yeah. I feel like this could be something. It looks like currently Trundle's in control of this, though. Neither ultimate is
onto
used.
ult as well. Yeah, that's really, really good for his late state.
Yeah, I feel like in order for Darius to have an advantage, the fight needs to go just all the way through. These short trades aren't going to benefit him as much. Although this one was a little better. He walks up, gets that Q healing, and now he gets poked back in. Has to burn the flash. And the ult is ticking? Yeah, Eric is just dominating this lane.
Look at plates and pop. Oh, I didn't even notice, but that's 4 plates for Eric.
Yeah,
I think he's like their entire gold lead.
Yeah, he's up
more than
1,400 gold, which is completely absurd. But yeah, good farming from the other team, keeping it even. Will has already completed the mana mune, and Smolder is going towards that first item. Has the BF and the Warhammer in the inventory. Powerful stuff, but they're really just trying to scale, and this deficit top is really going to hurt them. Especially with how badly Eric did in the first game into Drago. He's really proving himself, and it's fun stuff for him.
BB is asking for a stacks check on...
Will do after
Really
this. The Drowsy
down, yeah.
is coming out. They do wake him up with the Senna W, just slightly mistimed, and the 3-person commit top isn't getting anything. But Smolder is at 101 stacks. I'm not sure if that's on track or not. And then
Slightly
Senna,
behind, I believe.
Sona's at 15 and Senna is at 41. But the rest of the grubs look like they're going to go over, but that's still 4 grubs. That threshold is reached by Fruitcake, so they're going to get the little mites spawning to help them out. Which is important if you're trying to end the game quick.
They're really good on Trundle too as a split pusher.
Yeah, he's going to be a royal pain in the ass. But now Smolder and Kaisa are 1-2 in terms of farm, which is what you want to see here. Senna's tagged by the Akali E, but can't really take it with Smolder there. Psycho Care is just like a wandering friend for his team. Ghost is coming out. Drago's trying to space this really well with the Q, has full stack on his ultimate, and he pops it and it just isn't going to do enough. If he keeps getting Qs, he has a chance, but he might just end up dying to Eric, and yeah, that is just a solo bolo. Ult's traded, and Eric has such a lead at this point. He has
Eric
full
going crazy
Rad
in the top
Hydra
lane
versus just a Phage.
and no one's answering him. He'll be able to get some damage down onto this tier 2. I don't think he'll be able to pick it up, but...
Yeah, and Mason is going to be here on the bot side of the map. It's going to spell trouble for the 101 Thieves bot lane. Flash is coming out from Eden, and Misfortune ulti is actually just saved. They know they don't need it. Ult is used by both of her teammates, but Kathy just doesn't need it. And I'm sure this Dragon's going to go over, and Eric just takes the entire tower at 13.5 minutes. That is fucking disgusting.
Oh my god. Okay, I underestimated his damage.
He has a 3.3 thousand gold lead on the top side of the map. Yeah, and Eric and Drago, former teammates actually, so there's a bit of rivalry going on here. Eric was not playing top lane for that team, but maybe he's getting the chance to prove that he should have been, question mark? I don't know where I'm going with that.
A bit of a problem in the top lane. Yeah, Guru says he is surprised that Fruitcakes is 0-2 and that they are looking clean. They are looking like a completely different team. As much as I hate to say it, like none of the players have changed. It's all the same players. They're just.
No, I mean, this is a different lineup than we saw.
I don't think we've seen this
series.
exact one, but we have seen a various combinations.
This is what we
that
saw
make
into Rift Sharks in the first series.
Yeah, okay, that's true. In game 2.
Yes.
I think for that one, they were mental boom from game 1 and just weren't able to demonstrate.
That could be true.
Their full level of skill.
Yeah, I mean, this is just super dominant, but I think a lot of it just really comes down to top lane. Because you're not
Eric has been playing out of
else.
his mind right now.
Yeah. I think in the mid and bot lane, though, you're expecting them to kind of play slow and scale, but when you pick something like a Darius, you're hoping for some aggressive power there. We're obviously just not seeing any of it. He's down about 23 CS, trying to catch up a little bit, but he's just so far back on items.
Carrot with 55 stacks at 15 minutes is actually quite good, I think. I haven't kept up to date with the expected Senna numbers, but from what I remember, that's really
Yes.
quite
Smolder
good.
just hit 150. Sona's at about 25, and Psycho Carrot's almost up to 60. Now Psycho Carrot needs to get out. Just got ulted on by Mason, and they're now playing this slow. Akali found the angle. Smolder ult burned. That's actually a lot of ultimates coming out, but now the Sona ultimate on the back going to catch out Psycho Carrot. They're not able to find a kill on him, though. And that is 2 ultimates on each side burned, and double sums taken away from Senna, but Mason just greeting a little bit, the 3rd ultimate coming out, and they're trying to find the kill there, but no, the Sona just doing so much. Psycho Carrot falling down, and it's going to get picked up by Kai. Kai now looking to make some more work on the backside, but Taxi doing a lot of damage, but that's a kill picked up by Kathy somehow. It looked like it was going to be Kai's kill, but wow, that's a 3 for 0. That fight took forever to pick up any speed, but now it's an 8-0 lead for the Fruitcakes.
Did that MF ult hit? Did we get Z
I thought it was a Q
axis?
bounce. I thought it was a Q bounce.
Oh, that would make more sense.
But I'm not sure. We'd have to go back and look, but I'm scared to touch the spectator.
Yeah, that's true.
Taxi's desperately trying his best to fend off this tower, which is going to give him a lot of stacks, but he wasn't able to save the tower. He's at 182 right now. If anyone in chat can let me know what that execute threshold is, I forget.
It's 225.
I thought they nerfed it. Or did it used to be 175?
Nerfed the amount. No, it's always been 225.
Oh.
They just nerfed how much burn it did. It used
Taxi
to
is
with
stuck between a hard place and a trundle pillar. Does have to flash. Yeah, that's the power of the trundle. He's just able to just sprint at you and do scary things. He is very, very far ahead. Is the richest man in the game by a long shot. Talking about how well Will and Taxi are farming, but you can't match 2 towers and 3 kills. He has 2 items already. No one else is even close.
Has picked up the Hullbreaker as well, so he'll be even more of a menace on the side lane.
Yeah, he's looking for that other tier 2 turret on the side lane. Another 700 gold going into his pocket, potentially, if he's able to pick it up. But Mason looking for a play here. They're going to spot him out. The W is coming down, and that is a burst coming down, but they're not committing the ultimate yet. They know Eric's in the area, and that bleed is going to tick off Eden, and Will trying to stay alive. Eric running down is going to get rooted up, though, and that's a lot of damage coming down. Kai was able to pick up a solo kill in the mid lane, and Eric just fucking annihilates him. And Kathy was able to counter kill the Darius, but they're on the board. They've gotten something.
Rip clean game for Fruitcakes. Or perfect game.
Nah, the grubs are gone. Grubs are gone already.
True. Eric just sitting there letting the sleep wear off.
Yeah.
Starting this should be doable for Fruitcakes.
Yeah, I mean,
with
it's
Trundle
so
being
hard
far
for them
ahead.
to contest Trundle. Will's gonna try and come, and if they're able to get long range CC, and they're gonna have the Smolder, there's maybe an angle here. But Kai's joining the fight too, and he's 4-0-1. He's actually stronger in terms of KDA than Eric. Psycho Carrot falling down to basically nothing. A lot of damage getting traded back, but doesn't look like the fight's gonna be here. Triple Drowsy coming out, but Dragon is secured for the side of Fruitcakes. Mason now popping ultimate. Psycho Carrot could just get picked off by a single E, and his team is not protecting him, and he actually survives.
He might burn to Faded Ashes, but I don't think it does enough as a component.
Yeah.
If the Leandri's was completed, he would have died.
If he was a monster, he would have died.
Also true.
But yeah, this is a 6k gold lead. That's 3 dragons going over. This is a crazy deficit for 101 Thieves to try and come back from, but Smolder is farming at 10 CS per minute. Kathy is farming just under it and has a lot more gold in her pocket, though, from these kills. Very strong. Not something to sleep on.
Not to mention the turrets. Yeah, it's just... Fruitcakes has woken up.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it.
Smolder is going to hit that threshold, though, at basically the 20-minute mark, and if the game goes too long, that could be scary.
Absolutely. Yeah, so what they changed with Smolder Q, by the way, is the amount of burn he did.
Oh,
Use
Drago's just
scale.
dead here. They're ulting on him.
Dead, yeah.
He hits both with a Q, like, maybe, but no, that's, yeah. He was 8 stacks off. Now he's 6 stacks off.
He's at 219, chat. They do just start up the Baron here with the pick onto the Darius.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you're going to do to stop it. Taxi's trying to stack up, but he's just going to get run down by the Trundle, maybe. His mom is coming to help him out, but he just doesn't have flash. Like, you can't stop this guy.
I don't know if Smolder will be able to answer Trundle on side.
And Jonah, our fucking goat, steals that
Baron,
shit.
yeah, Baron flip is won by 101 Thieves, but it only goes on to 2 members. And meanwhile, Trundle is still pushing bot, picks up another tier 2. Is not gonna elect to take the tier 3, but that is a huge steal for Jonah.
Yeah. And Kaisa is going a build that should deal some damage, should have a lot of power to pop a tank. The question is she going to come online fast enough? Manamune, or Muramana, whichever the evolve hasn't come through yet. It's still on the base one. But yeah, I mean, Jonah, clutch as ever, is able to pop a seal, which I feel like if he had not gotten that, the game was surely over. But
I think Trundle literally just takes inhib right there and then if they get the Baron buff.
yeah. Eric now TPing top to defend the tower. Can't let Darius have shit. He's up a full item on him. That's gotta be
have shit in
threshold.
Freljord.
Yeah. Threshold is reached for Smolder. Psycho Carrot is at 79 stacks and Sona is at 60. Not that anyone really cares about the Sona ones, but I do.
Is it 120 stacks or,
Yeah,
or 60? Okay. Wait, I thought it was you get half a stack per. I might be wrong though.
Here, we can check.
True.
You get half an ability haste for each stack. Kai is looking for a kill on the Psycho Carrot, is able to find it, but gets shut down, which is huge. And now this is 2 kills going over to Taxi. Maybe we've hit that.
Oh no.
But Will just
Breakpoint?
just annihilated Kathy. Wow.
They might be hitting their breakpoints here. That's 2 shutdowns going over.
Yeah, and that was a clean, basically just one shot with the plasma pop. And this fight, we know how it's gonna go. They're pretending that they don't know how it's gonna go, but we know how it's gonna go. But Jonah's actually gonna be here. Ghost is popped. Eric just heals all the way back up to full. But they're hoping that Lily's gonna be able to do something. But now Dragon versus Dragon combat, and Taxi was just sitting in that fire from Shyvana, which is gonna cost him his life. But now they're looking for this. They're trying to get that full stack onto Drago to pop the ultimate, but he is just gonna die beforehand. They can't stop the Trundle. He's got Port, he's got Rav Hydra, and they have no heal cut.
Yeah, actually, Darius did not use ult there, but he does just tank the Lily ult, get the kill. Trades flash for it, which I don't know if he needed to do, but he's back to full health, and no one can really answer him on side. Both solo lanes 4 101 Thieves are deceased at the moment.
Yeah, you just need Kaiser to start hitting W's on him, and I think you're in a pretty good spot. Oh, and Will ulted, trying to stop him from popping the blast gun, but it's just too late. And now Will's trying to get damage down. If he keeps hitting these W's, it's actually going to be lethal. Another one comes out, but not able to find the mark there. And this 3v3 is not going to work out anymore because Kai crashes the party and just rips Psycho Carrot off the map. And now Eric's here.
Trundle is here.
So more people are dead. Flash is burned out, but no, Kai is just going to wipe the floor with Will. Does choose to ult that time. And that is going to be soul secured at 24.5 minutes.
Ocean Soul is so big.
Yeah,
And these
Trundle
like
is
extended
not
poke
dying.
fights from the Kaisa. This does open up Elder in slightly under 6 minutes. Which
Okay, Elder is already on the map as a mid laner.
true.
He might be taken off the map soon. Eric ulting in. Taxi trying to get as much damage down as possible. Not really finding it though. This tower is taking so much damage. His mom shows up, tries to help out. Not really finding it. Taxi going down super low, trying to fly out here, dropping down to 300 health. And Psycho Carrot is actually getting caught out here. Flash coming out, trying to save his life. And maybe they're going to be able to find him on the backside of this. Will throwing the Void Seekers down, finding a hit onto Eden. Doesn't have the angle though. And now Drowsy is coming out. And Kathy falling down super low and gets picked off. Will finds the shot. He is a sniper. He at least wants to have the kill advantage against his lane opponent, even if he can't have it in the game overall.
This game is getting a lot more interesting. We're seeing the scaling starting to come through for 101 Thieves, and even with a 14 kill advantage, it's only a 5k gold lead for Fruitcakes. They do, of course, have the soul, which is about another, what, like 8,000 gold value? But
yeah,
in terms of items, it's close. Like, it's not impossible here for 101 Thieves. How many stacks does Smolder have, by the way? Should be at like 300 by now, I think.
Yeah, if not more. 309. Senna's
Yeah.
at 88, and Sona is at 79. I can't say their names back to back. It doesn't work.
I don't blame you.
Sona.
Baron is coming up in 35 seconds.
Draco
and
finally able to touch the tower. I guess maybe he got the top one.
he is also level 15, so even with his 6 deaths, he's not that insanely far behind.
Yeah, he died early, so they weren't that bad. He's almost caught up in CS. He's not doing too poorly. It's just you're not getting what you wanted out of the Darius pick by any means. Now he just needs to build kind of tanky and serve as a front line, but it looks like he might just get this tower before Trundle shows up. As soon as Trundle shows up, he's dead. Psycho Carrot walking up way too far. Isn't going to get hit by anything, though. And that is that tower claimed. 3-man Drowsy coming out and Taxi showing up, unleashing damage down. He's able to pick up 2, and Will goes in, looking for a 3rd for their team, but Kai's there getting so much damage, but his mom is here to heal him, and now Kai running away, trying to survive. They're able to get him marked, and he just goes over the wall, and Baron gets aggro, dealing some damage to Kai. But Trundle is just going to push up the mid lane, and they're chasing this. They don't necessarily need to, but now they're just trying to burn Baron. No junglers on the map, and Trundle is just pushing down mid lane. They have enough damage to do this, though, but they're all standing into the Baron gash, taking so much damage from that. But Trundle is about to hit base. Someone's leaving to try and back. Arion's trying to stop them, and it is taken down. They have the 4-second recall. They need to channel them right now. Psycho Carrot stops this to pick up 2 souls, and now heads out. And Trundle has taken 2 towers. They're trying to pop him, and now he just needs to run away. So much work done on the back of that. And now Draco falling down low. He's trying to survive, and the damage is being dealt onto Taxi. Taxi's falling down low, but is just picked up. That's
so
1,000
much
gold
damage.
back onto the Darius.
At this point, I don't know if that's what you want as 101 Thieves. But it's open Nexus, so even though they have Baron, they have the gold lead.
Yeah,
It's still a really hard game to play.
the only good news for 101 Thieves there is that inhib has been down for a while, so it's likely to respawn soon, which should offer them some safety. Issue is that Trundle does have teleport, so it's not exactly safe. Psycho Carrot realizing that and going to sweep out the bottom. Draco is just going to die here. There's no way he wins this 1v2. He's trying to get some damage down. He's just going to try and have to stall, but he's just going to get popped here. That Senna shielding is decent, but it's not as good as it would be But he's not going Black Cleaver. He's not going support items. This is lethality.
Going
Senna.
lethality.
Not sure how I feel about that one. Mason trying to steal the Gromp. Fight could break out here, but not a fight you're going to win. You want to fight with Kaisa or Smolder, but preferably both.
I was
can
gonna say
just
the
turtle and
game
play this safe, but
looks like it's kind of slipping out of Fruitcake's control, but with the pick onto the Darius and Trundle pushing out top, it does look like they're bringing it back a little bit. They have insane vision control.
In a very rough spot here. Able to find a route onto Kai, though. Yeah, I mean, this game is really just going to come down to way more macro than we're used to these games coming down to. You just have to manage the Trundle. A lot of damage falling down onto Mason. The Trundle is uncontested here, and Kaisa has not missed yet. Still firing with the Void Seekers. If this one misses, that could be huge, but no, Eden getting absolutely fucking chunked. And Eden almost dying, gets ulted on, but nothing hits, barely able to pick up that kill, but now Taxi's going for it. I don't know if you want to go in that early, especially not with Trundle now being able to teleport in and join the fight. They're trying to sleep the Trundle. I don't know if they're going to find it though, but so much damage coming down from Taxi. He's putting them all in a lot of trouble, and now they're just able to run it down with the Darius. Darius trying to survive a little bit, has a pretty tanky health bar, getting a lot of damage onto Eric, but now Misfortune all coming through, trying to find it, and Drago flashes onto the backline, not actually able to find anything off that, and everyone is just dodging these Smolder abilities.
This game is so crazy.
Yeah, Elder Dragon is up in 5 seconds.
And Fruitcakes are all backing, as are 1-1 Thieves. This fight
Darius
should
is going to be the one
game.
that's dead from it. So, and Kaisa is a lot of their damage. I just don't know if you want to take that in. I know that you're able to pick off the kill onto the Sona, but it's not the person who you're worried about. It is so tempting when you're playing Kaisa though to just hit
everything
that
is going to decide this game. If Trundle can get a TP out of it and get out of the fight, then that'll end as well.
But Taxi is the one to watch here, has most of the damage available for 101 Thieves. But now,
they need to get
Kaisa's here, but they're... Jonah, oh, he's not able to find it, and Jonah's getting picked off, but they were able to find one kill from Kaisa on the back end of it. And
I
it's now
saw the red and I thought we stole it.
Someone just flew up into the air.
On?
What the fuck was that? Was that Sona?
That's Sona's body,
Sona.
Yeah. What is going on?
The fuck? But Mason's taking so much damage. They just need Taxi and Will to stay alive to maintain this game, but Will just misclicked there. I'm not sure that's the angle he was going for. Taxi just needs to space out. Psycho Carrot healing a lot, and now they're taking down. Taxi's going to maybe look for an execute here. And that is the ult coming down. They force it out of him. There's no Baron available for 2 minutes, and they're able to find a slowdown onto Eric. Psycho Carrot's here. They just need to get someone close enough to deal enough damage, and boom, that's the kill onto the Trundle. And Kai's now looking for something, getting run down by this Darius. Not able to find the Apprehend, but dashing around, looking for something. And that range on the Senna is crazy at this point of the game. Drago's still running, knows he can't find it. Mason is coming around from behind. They're looking for anything here, but Kaisa just barely missing with the Void Seeker.
This game is so tense.
And now Drago just gets ulted on. I'm not sure if that was the play. Kaisa just able to pick it up. And now Darius running at Kathy, who just flashes. I don't know if that was necessary, but we'll pretend it was, and it was a good use of the flash. But Trundle going to be up in 25 seconds, does not have that TP available.
Yeah, Trundle overspanked slightly, might have just lost them.
From 101 Thieves are so strong. Taxi, now almost the wealthiest person in the game. Trundle's still the wealthiest, but he's at 4 completed items. Kaisa at 4.5. These are not people you can sleep on. Taxi's actually sitting on another 1,500 gold and has, what, 417 stacks? And then Senna just pinged at 126. Senna hasn't finished her quest yet.
Yeah.
And
going into the series,
a message sent in chat that is the opposite of anything I would have predicted. 101 Thieves mental truly unbreakable. I would have thought the opposite, looking at this roster.
I was going to say, going into the series, they were predicted to have paper mental.
Yeah,
but it looks
I mean,
like
I think, honestly, the reunion with Will and Jonah, I feel like they've always kind of been the grounding points for this group of people, so they're kind of showing back up. Maybe that's the good news that they needed. We've seen this fight many times. I don't think Drago wins it, but he's going to try and stall it out. He at least walks away from the E this time. So much of Akali's kit is loaded into E2, but now Drago's just in a fucking mess. They probably just need him to shut out this wave and then die. and hope that Baron doesn't go over, but he's getting a lot done. Pops the Stride Breaker, and he's just running. Has no summoner spells available to him, and Kai's ultimate's actually down. They have no way to chase this. Somehow he manages to pull that one out, and they're just going for the Baron.
Rebot.
Except
You give
Trundle
Baron.
is available, and Misfortune's here with the ultimate. This is a very risky call. Will is getting so much damage done on him. That's double flash on those carries. Shield coming down, but it's not that much. And now Eric's onto the backline.
Trundle
And
at that.
yeah, it's gonna be it, I think.
Smolder going down is absolute worst case here for 101 Thieves. It looks like they'll just give up the Baron too. Lilia is here. Maybe we'll see another miracle steal by Jonah. But it's going to be tough
Just
without
be better
Smolder.
for him to stay
Defense is
alive.
gonna be so
Drake on
hard.
the backside is able to kill Eden, and Shyvana does end up securing the dragon, and Kathy able to walk up, get a kill, and I think this is going to be game. Psycho Garrett taken down here.
Blue team double kill.
Yeah, I
what a
think this
series.
is going to be game. But really fucking well played by those two carries on 101 Thieves. They made it
Absolute
close. I think
banger.
Psycho Garrett trolled the entire game with his build, but that's a discussion for the podcast.
Man, what a series. What a series. We do need to give MVP for this game.
I'm tempted to say Eric.
I'm
But
tempted too.
He kind of
just
didn't do
completely shut
anything
down
after the
Drago.
beginning of the game, but they were
Yeah.
never really able to kill him consistently. Wow. I mean,
I think MVP is right spectator for not breaking.
yeah, Kai played an insane game here, but does have that previous MVP riding in.
Is that a consideration that we
It is for
need to
me.
keep in mind?
I feel like I like to mix it up for two people, but if it's like close, like it'll be a tiebreaker. But
I think.
I mean,
I
Eric
think
also did have.
if you are
100
taking that
more
into
assists.
consideration, then we can give it to Eric just because he completely shut down top lane.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like
He also did kill, or he didn't kill the Smolder, but he helped kill the Smolder in that last team fight.
yeah, I feel like Eric just played really well. And I think a lot of Eden's kills were not Eden. Why do I keep saying the wrong person? I feel like a lot of Kai's kills were on things that weren't necessarily as impactful as you feel like they could have been. Because I feel like Smolder's still just able to scale up even though you do get those kills.
Yeah.
Whereas Darius is basically just out of the game entirely. But
Should we
Wow.
pull some
Taxi
fruitcakes?
did so much damage. Also in the previous game, Drago dropped like 80k damage and no one else was even above 35,000. Just want to throw that out there. It's kind of funny. But
Does anyone on fruitcakes want to be interviewed?
I want to pull in Kai if possible. But Eric's the only one here, so I guess we pull him.
I can
I was gonna pull
grab
him
him
next
from a different
anyway.
server.
Nah, we'll get Eric in.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, sorry, my
yeah.
entire team went
Ban-
to bed, so
Ban
I'm here.
Trundle. That's
Yeah.
the lesson we've learned here. You absolutely fucking smoked him on that game.
Whew.
Were y'all nervous towards the end of that one? Because it was getting
Yeah.
kind of close.
I think we were talking about it a little bit post game. My entire team wanted to hit the sag, so we didn't talk about it too much. But I think that we had our calling was like so insanely better, but I think we were so shocked to be winning after the last two performances that I think we kind of rushed to end that second game a little bit, especially in the second Baron, the one that got stolen. I think we definitely we should have been more mindful of the steal there, and we just weren't.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Jonah just fathers Mason, right? That's the
Yeah,
That's the
true.
take.
I think
That's
that's
true.
the only possible takeaway.
Mason.
Yeah.
Mason
the
Unk,
only
Mason
outcome.
Unk.
Yeah.
But
I'm just really happy that we came in with strategy, and then we executed strategy, and we did what we set out to do, and that's really good.
yeah, I mean that's a fun series by y'all. I think neither game was super I don't know. I'm struggling for the word here.
It wasn't
one-sided.
impossible for either team to win
Yeah.
at any point.
Absolutely. I think it was my team said as well.
hello?
It was a really fun series. Big man.
Hi Kai.
Big man.
Kai, that was a great fucking series from you. I think if we have to give MVP across the series, it definitely goes to you.
Oh, absolutely.
But you did get MVP in the first game.
Yeah.
Then they banned the Ari. Didn't want to deal with that shit. It's
Yeah.
good to see you out there. I on the podcast in the first week, I did say that I feel like your first team mid lane, and because no one made me fucking pick, but I'm glad you're living up to it and making me look like I know what I'm talking about. So congrats on those 2 games. Were you worried playing into Taxi? I don't know if you've been around enough to kind of know
I don't really
his
know
rep
much
or
about him, so I wasn't really too concerned.
gotcha.
I don't know. Just try to play it out like a draft game.
You heard it here first. He plays it like norms.
Yeah.
He said it's free.
Did you guys have music blaring?
I think I did. I had music.
Yeah, we
I don't know
Hong
if anyone else did.
Hong made us all a playlist. And I put that on during game 1 for
Amazing.
sure.
So maybe
What
the
was-
problem is like you weren't treating the other series like normal games, but now that you've realized that you don't care at all, then you're playing really well. You're just stressing
Yep.
yourself out too much.
Maybe.
True.
I do want to ask what the comms were like in draft game 1 when you said to just slam Nautilus B1.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I don't play top lane, right? I play like 2 champions top lane, and they're both interesting. So I'm like, well, if I'm just gonna get smoked trying to like play like Olaf again or something, I'm just gonna like play like dumb thing, right? And like if I play like a top lane that can like kind of like get up till 6 without dying too much, and then go roam and help Mason, like I'm just playing like a second support, and that's kind of what I did. And I think the game plan executed the way we thought it would. I like, got a surprise kill, but then I like mostly died and then roamed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it seemed to work out, so can't
Yeah.
fault you for the reasoning.
The only reason we picked Trundle game 2 is because it was free, and then I was like, if I'm gonna have the one top laner I know how to play, I'll scoop that shit up for breakfast.
Yeah, makes total sense. I think this is probably the closest series we've had so far this season. So definitely looking
Have-
forward to the rematch between y'all two.
Absolutely.
And
Have all of our series so far been 2-0s?
Yes.
yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But Fruitcakes is going on to play Andromeda next week. Are y'all ready for that? It's in 2 days. I hope you're at least excited.
So I'm not playing, so
That's crazy.
I'm doing great personally. But I think the team is gonna ride the win well. Where I think it might be a little bit tougher, but I do think even so we've adapted like the way we draft and the way we play around. So I think that even if it's gonna be a little tougher, I have a lot more confidence after this win.
Yeah, I think we
yeah.
got this.
All right. And then last question, do y'all have any words of encouragement or advice for 101 Thieves playing as Rift Sharks next week? Because y'all won't have to play them for a while. So,
Yeah.
Ban well, don't ban Trundle. The Rift Shark doesn't play that, but
not that you know of.
I could.
oh, you know what? I stand corrected. But I don't know. I think their team is like being slept on a little bit. I think their bane, I guess, for lack of a better word, is that none of them have really played together besides Drago, Will, Jonah. But I think their boon is that pound for pound they have a like pretty good elo division across the board. And I think that like if they learn to play as a team, I think they they could do some work. Like Drago almost carried that first game on his back, right? Like,
Yeah.
they got some heaters on that team.
Yeah, I feel like if you kind of stagger, like if you put game 2 Will Taxi and then game 1 Drago all on the
And
same
Jonah.
game, I think they win easily, right? It's just
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. It's got to make sure they're all firing at the same time. Obviously,
Yeah.
I'm not going to give them any words of advice because I want them to lose to us. So I'm going to have to cut you off if you have any more encouragement. But thanks for hopping on the stream and manifest the fucking spectator client working. But
Yeah.
I'm excited to watch y'all play again on Thursday. It should be a fucking banger. It's been a minute since we've seen Andromeda play. I guess about a week. So looking forward to seeing that again. And good luck to both teams. Thank you to everybody watching. I feel like we were averaging above like around 20 viewers the entire time, which is really awesome. Unfortunately, this was the one where we had the spec issues, but I appreciate everyone sticking around and watching. But we will catch you in a couple. And make sure everyone tune into the Scrims YouTube channel at 11:30 for the live premiere of the State of Scrims Beach episode, if that's something you're interested in. But I will probably have to call it here. Any last words, Noah?
GG's to both teams. That was one of the most fun series I think I've ever casted. So really exciting, and hope to see everyone at the next one.
Yes, sir. All right, see y'all.